Good morning, fellow Malaysians. This is Matthias Chang from Future Fast Forward. Since my last address, there were some reports, news reports from overseas and locally, through WhatsApp messages, what have you, that RizaAziz agreed to do certain things vis-a-vis the court of in California and DOJ. And thereafter, many people asked me, Matthias, why you kept quiet? There's only a mission. RizaAziz, why do you whack him? I didn't reply, deliberately so. And I want to see why things and how things will unfold in the next few days. Now I will tell you why I've not responded on those news until today. And I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and everything about RizaAziz and the DOJ. Okay? Now, first of all, when the matter went viral before the weekend, various people, I won't mention names, commented that RizaAziz agreed to many things. So, in order to avoid being accused of promoting fake news, and I've told you many times before, I have direct access to court documents in America, in California, the state court. I downloaded this application. Can you see the word proposed consent for forfeiture? Okay, right? Now, it is dated, right? 6th of March. Proposed. Alright? Proposed, not binding. Now, it was an entrapment, and I went head on to repeat those viral messages that RizaAziz has done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. And then what if the powers that be withdrew this application and this proposed order? Finito, isn't it? I've been talking about something which has not been confirmed officially as a consent judgment. A proposal is nothing. And the court has said many times, until the court has issued an order, it may even change the terms of the proposal. It is not binding. So I waited, understand? I waited. And then, on 8 June, now this is the first page, okay, big one for you, use a handphone and photograph it. Okay? 8 June, understand? This was confirmed. Okay? Now, please photograph it. Okay? The key word is consent judgment of forfeiture. And above the consent judgment are 2 case notes. Number CV 165362 DSF. That is the main complaint filed originally. And then a sub-suit called CV 174439 DSF. Okay? And you notice on this side, the top says the defendant is Wool of Wall Street. The asset of Wool of Wall Street is a defendant. At the bottom, okay, Dumb and Dumber, okay, and there is Home, okay, as defendant assets. This is the second page of the order signed by the judge. Photograph it. Very clearly stated the date and the signature of the judge. Same judge as all before the court orders. Okay? 8th of March. Understand? So, like I said before, I don't speak off the cuff and talk rubbish. I base, right, all my evidence on documents and statements by the other side, Najib himself, his regime, or his loyal but not smart cronies and ministers. So, now, very important, people talk about this agreement without citing the order, the actual order. Okay? I don't care who's the newspaper did it, who did it. But very important, may I now explain to you the implications, the consequences of the behavior of RizaAziz, the stepson of Najib. See, God works in mysterious ways. I'm telling you, many times I told you, when He whack us, God always, Allah always give me something to counterattack. Never has failed me. Never. Okay? Now, surely, this is a consent judgment. The word is consent judgment for forfeiture. Now, the forfeiture is a civil case. Bear in mind, forfeiture is a civil case as opposed to criminal proceedings. Okay? Forfeiture civil case does not give rise to criminality. The evidence can be used for criminal action later. Now, the forfeiture civil proceedings in America, alright, and the way it is handled is quite different from situation in Malaysia. In a lot of civil cases, the case don't go to full court or full trial for hearing. There could be a settlement. And if there's a settlement, both parties will go to court to record the settlement. Sometimes, both parties may even settle the matter without getting a court order. I will just go to court and tell the judge, Judge, the plaintiff and the defendant have settled. We will withdraw the claim and defense, or claim, defense and counterclaim. Tarik balik, dibatalkan all proceedings. And the court won't even know the terms of the settlement agreement. Understand? And quite often, in a civil case, in order to facilitate settlement, both parties, right? Say for example, plaintiff wants the money. Alright? And since he's paying the money, the issue of liability is immaterial. And quite often, alright, the defendant, on paying the money to the plaintiff as full settlement, will say, well, this is full and final settlement. Both parties have no further claims. That's it. They're not considering liability because the plaintiff wants the money. So it's not unusual in a civil settlement. The defendant who's been sued may not admit liability, understand? But they agree to pay the amount claimed as a settlement. Okay? Sometimes it says, right, full and final settlement, no other claims whatsoever, civil or criminal. Okay? That means that's the end of the story. Okay? This is a background. Check with your lawyers if you don't believe me, okay? Now, before I go into the meat and substance of this consent order, something very important is stated in the consent order. It is 27 pages, understand? Alright? And so, do you notice that after the consent order of the 8th of June, now it's 12th, 4 days, right? Have you noticed if RizaAziz was victorious, squeaky clean, surely he would have issued a press statement, right? There was no press statement, huh? Because RizaAziz is the majority shareholder of Red Granite and all its subsidiaries, okay? And the asset, Wolf of Wall Street, the film. No, you know why? Para 43, page 25 of this consent order judgment, it's a judgment consent, tak lawan tau, bersetujui. Says this, read. Please, listen carefully. Para 43, page 25 of the consent judgment. Red Granite, the company in which RizaAziz is the majority shareholder, shall not shall not be, tak boleh. Okay? Through present or future, officers, directors, employees, agents, or any other person authorized to speak for Red Granite issue any press statement contradicting or that is inconsistent with this consent judgment or the agreement at least 48 hours prior to any Red Granite press release related to this consent judgment or the agreement, Red Granite shall provide to the government, DOJ, an advance copy of such press release. Faham tak? So Red Granite atau any employee, directors, employee, agents, officers. Okay. RizaAziz is a shareholder, a director. Okay. Alright. Cannot issue any statement without first informing DOJ to make sure they tak boleh cakap back nonsense. What he can say is exactly as per the order. See? That's why he's kept his mouth shut. He got to be very careful. That's why no one in Malaysia, Najib Razak or his regime can say anything on this consent judgment without the prior notification 48 hours to DOJ. Faham tak? You see? That's why he's quiet. There's nothing to stop him from issuing a statement if he wants to and declare he's innocent. He has won. DOJ kalah. And before this consent order, ada banyak bastards, fake news propaganda, purveyors of fake news, issued a statement. What happened, dulu, that someone tried to bribe Donald Trump to withdraw the suit. But I've told you many times that, it's all rubbish, because when Najib went to see Trump, tak jadilah, kena hantam. The court issued order, proceed with criminal proceedings. Judge Session issued a statement, worst kleptocracy. So why would asshole bastards play up, so-called, allegedly, a chap called Brody try to buy Trump, as if this settlement, this consent judgment, is consequent on Trump receiving a couple $100 million. I challenge anybody, anyone in this country, to prove to me and to the country they succeeded. Nah. Nah to all of you. But they try to confuse you, see? They try to confuse the riot. Oh, Trump sudah in the pocket of the regime, or RizaAziz, or Jolo. This consent judgment is not because Trump took any money. Don't insult her, and don't defame the president of USA. Has done everything to help us. And bastards carry on talking cock and bull. Alright? I dare say cock and bull. You know what? Recently, I believe it's on the also on the 8th of March, Trump gave a speech in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, and he called one chap called Dodd or something like that, right? Of CNN, sleepyhead, president of USA, said that he is a sleepy son of a bitch for saying false things about Trump. And he said, right, why should I be presidential? Right? I'm calling a spade, and he called that fake news purveyor, Chuck Dodd, CNN, you sleepy son of a bitch. Let's see whether Todd dare sue Trump for telling lies. So whoever tells lies, right, about Trump, about this consent judgment, Identify yourself, and I challenge you to a debate. Anyone. Before that, now let's go on. Okay? Now, very important. Very important. This is a consent judgment in a civil proceedings. In para 25, and I read to you, para 25. Okay? Very important. Which people don't ever mention. Of this consent judgment, nothing in the agreement shall be read to release any potential criminal claims of any kind against any person or entity. Understand? Civil claim tak sama untuk criminal proceedings. So even any settlement, it's very clear. If the lobbyists in America, you boleh beri duit untuk lobby tu, and lobbyists will try to lobby the president. It goes on every day. Okay, nothing new. China has paid Clinton, Obama. Russia has paid few hundred million to buy uranium and bribe Clinton to lobbies. Saudi Arabia, UAE, bagi duit to lobbyists. Ini very common. But in the case of Trump, and this one MDB case, tak ada lah, tak boleh, tak jadi. Understand? So don't ever say that DOJ and Trump bersetuju. This consent judgment will stop all proceedings because this agreement says very clearly. I repeat, para 25. Note it down. Nothing in this agreement shall be read to release any potential criminal claims of any kind against any person or entity. Makna DOJ can still go after. Understand? RizaAziz, Jolo, Najib, siapa, if there's evidence against them. Okay. In a civil settlement, there's always a clause which says that there's no admission of liability. You settle really. Okay, that's quite different. Civil case. So clause 25 will smash any lawyer, politicians, asshole who says that, right? Because this consent judgment, habis cerita, the case closed because Trump terima corrupt money in his pocket. Utter rubbish. Okay. Then page 5. Okay. So page 5 talk about civil liability as opposed to para 25. Page 5, para E. The contrast, right? Because you must understand, I'm not hiding anything. Okay. Nothing in this consent judgment or agreement constitutes an admission of wrongdoing or liability on the part of Red Granite, its shareholders, or the union entities. Okay? Which is correct. In a civil case, you sudah settled. Selesai. And that consent judgment cannot be used in a criminal proceedings. It's very common. So para 25 make it very clear, notwithstanding page 5, para E, that a settlement does not constitute an admission of wrongdoing, that doesn't mean RizaAziz has not committed no wrong. The crime must be proved in a criminal court. In a forfeiture. Okay? The fact that RizaAziz, as major shareholder of Red Granite, consent and agreed to pay money, that itself, right, speaks volumes. If, for example, you sue me for 100 million and I'm not in fault, I'll fight you to the last because my integrity is important. And I'll demand you prove that I'm wrong. Like I fought for my integrity when I was arrested, charged for source in prison. I fought. No compromise. Understand? Tak ada compromise. Sebab saya, right, ikut arahan Allah. Uphold the truth. Have faith, absolute faith in Allah. And those people who lie and bohong and commit crimes, under Surah Ali Imran 3, verse 61 to 60 to 61. I can invoke the curse of Allah on those who lie, cheat, rob, and committed crimes. Understand? Okay. Now, you must therefore understand, if anybody quote to you, para E, page 25, dia tak menembus salah, betul in a civil case, don't have to. Tapi you whack them back. Hey, you lupa kah? Para 25. Okay? Tak boleh. Alright? In the criminal proceedings will go on. Okay. Now, let me give you a background, right? Kenapa why RizaAziz had no choice to settle? Sebab, as a result of the film, Wolf of Wall Street, Dennis Home, Dumb and Dumber, they produced the film, Red Granite. Tapi the distributor is Paramount Pictures. Okay. Ada banyak duit tau dalam bank account of Paramount Pictures. So, Paramount Pictures owes money to Red Granite. Okay. Tapi Red Granite also owes money to a lot of people. Actors, employees, because all those employees are unionized. Okay? Unionized. And they demand the money. Because I work for you, you don't pay me? Now, under the law, for example, you have to pay EPF tax to the country. Okay? And employees' salary. So there's a lot of money out there. So, RizaAziz Red Granite have to tell the court berapa duit ada dalam tabung-tabung atau account lain entity. The biggest is Paramount Gardens. They have to say, look, I owe this money to other people. So the shareholders and other people who work for the films, right? All these films, right? Say to RizaAziz, no. Hey, pay us, man, or we come after you. And as far as Doyoja is concerned, they're only looking after, wait for, monies can be traced to one MDB. The rest must be paid to employees, cameramen, the line. Alright? The set makers, otherwise, habis lah, RizaAziz. So RizaAziz realized, right, by implication, that at least 60 million is from one MDB. It has to be. Right? He considered. Okay? That's why I read to you now, page 11, para B. Why RizaAziz mentioned that? Okay. Now, many things happen in this consent order, right? One of this is this, right? That RizaAziz and Red Granite tak boleh sell, transfer ownership interest in any Red Granite entity or affiliate except as set forth in paragraph 17 to 22. B, yang pertama, very important. Payment of dividends or distributions to shareholders other than salaries provided. However, RizaAziz, the major shareholder, shall continue to draw no salary other than the minimum required in order to ensure continuity of health insurance coverage under Red Granite's plan, until the forfeiture amount has been paid in full, as is done voluntarily during the pendency of these actions. Gaji pun tak boleh terima tau. Dia tak boleh jual, transfer any asset. Okay. So therefore, DOJ and lawyers untuk RizaAziz has come to a conclusion. Okay, we agree this amount of money can be forfeited. Lie, bukan. It's true. Lawyers have to be truthful. The judge has to be fair. If those sums of money cannot be attributed, right, to one MDB, they cannot be forfeited. So they agreed, right? Why waste time? Other people are suffering, third parties. So he agreed. Okay. Then page 13. Very important, RizaAziz again. It says here, the entirety of the agreement shall be with recourse to the majority shareholder in his personal capacity. the majority shareholder shall personally guarantee Red Granite's payment obligations, as described in paragraph 8 to 16 of this agreement. And the majority shareholder shall pledge all of his assets in whatever form held of any type and wherever located to the full satisfaction of Red Granite's obligation to pay the forfeiture amount. Habis lah. Hey, this is personal. Consent agreement is between Red Granite, the asset, and DOJ to pay so much money to DOJ as a forfeiture amount. Okay. Now, kalau money was leaked for any reasons, tak cukup bayar forfeiture, RizaAziz dalam clause para 13, page 13, janji, guarantee to pay himself and shall give security for payment all his assets in whatever form held or any type and wherever located. Habis, partner, kena dia hotel in his name, bungalow, yacht, whatever, is secured to ensure the payment of the fine. And then he says here, Red Granite and the majority shareholder shall execute such documentation in order to effectuate and perfect the security interests and pledge of the majority shareholder assets. Makna, besides in clause 13, they must also execute a signed out satu agreement, guarantee agreement, understand? Pledge. Saya utang you. Ini semua aset, penthouse, hotel dan lain-lain, tanah-tanah, rumah, will be used to secure the repayment of the forfeiture. Now, this is how you tell the truth, lah. Okay? So all those news broadcast over last weekend, did you mention this? This is a nutshell. Habis, irrefutable. He is personally responsible. Okay. Otherwise, why bagi guarantee? Why say all your assets is secure for the payment of the forfeiture? Okay. Okay. Now, why? Okay. Then page 2 of the consent judgment. DOJ and RizaAziz bersetujui, okay, who they will have to pay in a suit CV 174439, from the main suit. Ada banyak orang tau dah hantam RizaAziz dan Red Granite, hey, you utang saya lah, you mesti bagi duit. So the court, okay, took notice, okay, of these people, these third parties. Okay. It says here, on October 7216, Claimants Directors Guild of America, ini satu organization to represent, right, actors, actresses, the employees, right, for the Guild of America. Screen Actors Guild America, Federation of Television and Radio Artists, sama union, Writers Guild of America, West Incorporated, Motion Picture Library, Industrial Pension and Health Plans, collectively known as the union entities. Okay? These are the claimants. You cannot dispute those claims. When you work for any film industry, these are the people who say they are protecting the employees for any film company. You cannot say, I don't pay you. They have a right to claim. So, in page 2, all these people, which I mentioned to you, knock at the door. Riza, you bloody pay. If there's any balance from the future, that money is ours. You can't take it and spend on jewelry, right? Or girlfriends, or mistress, or gamble in casino. So the court said, yeah, this money is the remainder. Lepas, right, bayaran untuk DOJ can be released to these people. So DOJ is protecting the unions. What more, Malaysia? Okay, now we go. forfeiture amount. Page 5. Okay, it says here, forfeiture amount. Red Granite shall pay the amount of 60 million US as substitute rest for the defendant assets. Ini technical term, rest makna personal means I'm suing against a person. I told you before, right? Arrest action means going after the asset. Because I now sudah sapu the asset, because you're going to pay, right, the forfeiture in substitution. Then we will release those assets. That's not part of the 1MD money. That's why it means here. In a manner consistent with the terms of the agreement and agrees to forfeit. Dia bersetuju. DOJ, kerajaan USA boleh forfeit all rights, title, interest in the forfeiture amount. Okay? Lepas itu, red granite. Sebab itulah DOJ punya kerja make easier, shall identify the source of those funds. Otherwise, DOJ have to go around the whole world, cari bukan bank account dan lain-lain. So download it, because RizaAziz and Rick says, right, shall identify the source of those funds and provide to the government sufficient information to satisfy the government as to the legitimacy of any and all sorts of such funds other than the funds already in the possession or held for the benefit of Red Granite. Understand? Duit sudah masuk tabung or other accounts, we know who they are. But Red Granite, RizaAziz must also tell the court and judge itu, underline that duit asset elsewhere dia sudah hide or mesti keluar. Understand? Okay. Then, how is the 60 million paid? The forfeiture amount shall be payable as follows. First payment, no later than 30 days after the consent judgment is entered. Makna, 30 days after 8th March. Okay. Second, no later than 180 days after the government received the payment of 30 million. Describe the first payment. Red Granite shall pay the United States, makna DOJ, an additional 20 million US. The third payment, no later than 180 days after the government received the second payment, Red Granite shall pay to the United States an amount no less than 10 million. From the date of the court's entry of the consent judgment, Red Granite shall pay the government 2% interest per annum on any unpaid portion of the forfeiture amount, which shall be payable in addition to and at the same time as the payment schedule. In Roman 1, paragraph Roman 1, 2, 3, days after prior to the date that each of the second payment and third payment is due, the government, DOJ, and Red Granite shall calculate the amount of interest due and confirm in writing the total amount due and owing for such payment. Then, of course, ada default clause lah. Kalau default clause, kena hantam. Okay. Okay. And then, at page 9, kalau lepas bayaran the forfeiture amount, kalau ada remainder, the remainder will pay to the third parties, the guilds of medical actors and associates, the line. Okay? So this is in essence the consent judgment. So this is good news for Malaysia. Okay? Very good news. And yet, we have people in UMNO. Apa cerita lagi? Deny. Why don't you say? Why don't you say? Total silence, you know. From the entire regime. Why don't they read out the whole consent judgment as I've done to this morning? the key provisions. Because 27 pages, right, will take me more than 1 hour. Done. And I challenge anyone in the Najib government to say what I say is wrong. Because I have, understand? This is the actual cover and large cover of the order. This is the actual order itself, 27 pages. I read myself. Okay. You notice that? I studied it. I underlined all the paragraphs. Saya bukan main-main lah. Okay. Betul. I studied it all the weekend. Enjoy myself. And today I give up to you. So, to the people of Malaysia, kaum Melayu especially, do not believe anymore the fake news, the propaganda of the Najib regime. Allah says, truth will prevail. There's only one truth, His truth. And have faith. You're Muslim. Have faith in Allah to protect us, defend us, and guide us under all circumstances. Kalau we surrender our will to Allah, absolute faith that He will defend us, protect us, and guide us under all circumstances and give us victory, understand? See? Who will expect this? Just before the election, Riza kena hantam. After the capture and seizure of the yacht Equanimity. Whack! First whack, Equanimity. Cina Kwai Dolo. Second whack, RizaAziz. See, no one talk about, right? They're missing janji, guarantee, personal guarantee. Must be evidenced by a guarantee agreement. He must pledge all his assets, personal assets, to secure the 60 million payment. I dare challenge Najib, Azalina, Ramadalan, the Line, Saleh Kwak, or the Barking Dogs. Challenge me to a debate. Otherwise, shut up. Now, I want to expose another lie. Just recently, 7 March, you see, again, diversion. When this came out, right, they know, they are shivering. So on 7 March, the present IGP, not Khalid, said, headlines, IGP, Jolo not linked to any one MDB diseases or deals. Police carried out investigation against one MDB based on the Public Accounts Committee report tabled in Parliament on April 7, 2016, 2 years ago. Fuji said if police receive any new evidence against Low, they will take appropriate action against him according to the relevant laws. Ini report lah, photograph it. I downloaded from MSN News. Okay. Now, why would the present current IGP make such a statement? Tak ada link between Jolo and MDB. Tapi on 1st November, the Deputy Solicitor General of Police, Nur Rashid Ibrahim, say that the police have received investigative papers on one MDB with instructions to reopen the case. Police have received investigation papers on one Malaysian Development Berhad with instructions from Attorney General on reopening the case. Deputy Inspector General of Police Nur Rashid Ibrahim said today, 1st November. He's following me. Alright? Kalau kes sudah terbuka for further investigation, alright? And if it's still pending or given to AG, has the present IGP the authority or the power to make a declaration that Jolo not involved in NDP? They are told to reinvestigate the case and submit the IP to AG. It's for AG to announce, bukan? You know, ini orang jahat lah. He wants to copy Comey. Biar director Comey tau. Clinton tak salah. Comey has no authority to say that. So dia ikut dia lah. Jolo tak ada. It's for AG, isn't it? Jeff Sessions or whoever. Okay, never mind. So, this statement by AG, 7 March, has no mention of 1 November, a few months ago. Case reopened. Okay, never mind. Then, alright, now, he says, the police says, they cannot do anything, because Jolo overseas are lying. Okay. Yet, when there was a fake news, or organized, fake news by one so-called Malaysian in Singapore, talking cock and bull about Tunku Makota and Sultan Johor, straight away, man. Police says, we will investigate that bastard in Singapore, so-called Malaysian, in Singapore. Cepat. Buka investigation. Dah cari tangkap itu orang for making a fake news about Tunku Makota and Sultan Johor. The crime is very small, isn't it? Compared to this, they say, FBI never asks for help to seize equanimity. Right? AG refused to give mutual legal assistance upon request by other authorities. But the former IGP says, right? In one statement, we are working together with other authorities to investigate. So now, please don't pull wool over eyes. I tell the truth. Now, very important. For months and months, I've challenged everybody. Kenapa, despite the consent of AG given to Bank Negara under Section 255 of the Financial Services Act for committing crimes under the Financial Services Act, and when they paid a fine, makna dia sudah mengaku salah. Why no one filed a court application to declare Najib disqualified? He's a sole authority for MDB. Any payment of money, he must approve. And I overlooked to tell you in the previous occasions, I ran down a statement, right? 8 March 2017. Posted on 8 March. Okay. This is what Najib says. Okay. Sun Daily. Photograph this, please. Google it. 8 March. Najib cannot run away. Okay? Now, read to you. AG consented. Bank Negara imposed a fine. One MD paid the fine. Now, you can say, right? Where's the confirmation by Najib? Read this. Najib saying, court is within courts. Based on the outcome of investigation, enforcement action was taken against the company, i.e., what I be based on existing laws with consent from the Judicial Chambers, whereby BNM issued a compound letter to one MDB for failing to fully adhere to the orders issued under the Financial Services Act 213. Court, again, open court, one MDB has already paid the compound. Najib said in a parliamentary written reply to a question posed by Wong Chen. So here, alright, last updated 8 March 2017, 7:44 p.m. So here you are, Najib, bersetujui. He knows of the consent by AG to Bank Negara. 8 March. So, what more is there to argue? Dia sudah mengaku salah. No more argument for heaven's sake. If any person from anyone in this country says tak ada wrongdoing, now the Court of Appeal judge take judicial notice. Basic report is 216, over lah. Bank Negara was like 216, but Court of Appeal ignored it. Like I said, God is great. In my last address, I hantam say. Just ask the question, did the Court of Appeal disqualify Najib? Now Najib has openly stated, as a head honcho of MDB, Dia tahu agent consent to the fine imposed by Bank Negara, Pasir Zati, and sudah paid. So, Najib dah do wrong? Gila kah you? Huh? Clear-cut evidence. And therefore hope that our leaders in opposition, having got this reply in Parliament, cannot debate lagi ya, cannot deny ya. Ini Parliament statement by Najib. Go out to the whole country. Don't say the Malays don't understand in rural area. Don't insult intelligence. The Malay understand. Quote this statement by Najib, confessing, admitting other wrongdoing. Huh? Even without this statement from Najib, it's clear enough. From the Financial Services Act, there was wrongdoing involving Najib, the Prime Minister, cum Finance Minister. What else you want to know? What else you want to know? So with that, I urge all of you, okay? I've said to you so many times, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. But because you Muslims tell us to learn from Allah, to read the Quran so that we know and understand Islam and the Sharia. Not 100 lah. But let's come back past Hadith. There is a law by Allah Himself. Surah Ali Imran. Truth is with God, with Allah, Allah alone. Jangan main-main, don't listen to other people. 61, verse 61 says, come together all of us, your brothers, your children together, sembahyang, pray for justice and invoke the curse on those wrongdoers. As a result, you see, he admit, he confessed. He confessed. So please, don't insult the intelligence of the rural community. They understand this. Show this. It will be the Hansard in Bahasa Melayu version, English, Chinese, whatever. I never urge you, don't be complacent. Don't take this for granted. God gave us the will, the courage, and the backbone to fight in His name, to defend His name, His truth. Otherwise, we are cowards, we are hypocrites. So there's no reason why we cannot stand up, shoulder straight, the truth be our sword, the faith be our shield, and on the breastplate of our armor is righteousness. This is what Allah told us. And even though I'm a Christian, I surrender to those teachings because those teachings are the truth. It's based on principles. And yet, my fellow Muslims, you always ask me, turn to Allah, learn from Quran. How do you ask me to do that when you don't do what you preach? We must unite the entire country. Truth, ugly truth is very difficult to face. A lot of people don't like what I say. And with bluntness with which I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I have no fear. Because fear is only with those who are cowards, who have no faith in Allah. If you have faith in Allah, right, you have no fear. Doesn't mean you are stupid or reckless. No. Your fear is in your heart. It corrupts you. But if you bend to the will of Allah, your heart will be purged of fear and you'll be reinforced with just strength, and He will answer our prayers. Have I not showed you almost every other video speech? Di hantam kita, God gave us news to counter. With that, my fellow Malaysians, I beg you, please be positive. I give you a lot of information. I can't be spoon-feeding you. It takes a lot of work. I give you all the source. Do that little bit. Do that little bit. Okay? And therefore, I will complete this, right? In your mind, focus, lock them up and pertama. All the criminals, because we don't do that, we can't change. Reclaim back the glory of Malaysia. Rebuild our country. Restore the glory. Flush them down the toilet. The evil, the trash, the mess, flush it down. United we stand, divided we fall. And save the next generation. Grant them a bright future. This is our duty, our responsibility as citizens. Be true to our flag, our king, and our country. You don't have to worry. Alright? If we remain true to Allah, we will win. I guarantee you, on or before the 30th of June 20. One caveat: surrender to the will of Allah, without exception. No matter he does, how he tipu, tak guna. Don't listen to the polls. Irrelevant. God knows the outcome, and God will change if we turn our backs on God, on Allah. Okay? Polls are irrelevant, useless. Man proposes, God disposes. With that, I thank you for your attention and be a good day. God bless you all. Thank you.